Okay, this is it's about 7:30 now, and I'm winding down. I'm still pretty exhausted from the day, and this is my natural behavior. Now, pollen is everywhere, and I get allergies. So, uh, this is I'm going to do something personal. I'm going to take my allergy medicine right in front of this camera. Now, my particular behavior might be a little bit different than others, but you know, uh, and what I mean by that is when I take allergy medicine, I don't just shoot it to the brain. What I do is I just wet the membrane that goes along in here and under the eye, and I kind of like let it drip. I don't really shoot it up and inhale. That's a lot of chemicals, and a lot of this stuff is man-made, and so it'll be a great idea if we had an organic nasal spray that works just as good. I'm willing to pay a little bit more for it, but this stuff really works pretty good for the most part. Now, this is the Equate version, but the name brands, they do work much better. But I'm on a budget, so all I spend is $1 or $2 for it, and I don't use it that much. So you can probably tell, and also the equipment I use. I never really mention all the equipment I use. Basically, I'm just using the laptop with the view cam, and I found a way to change different themes, and I just record and change different things. But it's more to it than that. I also have two lights. I pretty much changed my apartment into a mini studio, and about what I mean by that is, on the chandelier, we have 4 light bulbs, and I just basically, instead of using just white, I just use red, green, orange, and blue. And so I swap them out, and then I also have on a tripod an extra light, because just using a laptop is not really enough light. And sometimes I'll switch through the artificial light, which is pretty bright. LED lights come pretty cheap this week, and they're pretty light. So having lighter equipment enables me to do more. The smaller the equipment and lighter it is, the more I can do with it. And also, I'm still hurting from these injuries. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna take this medicine. First, I shake it up to get it nice and fluffy, like sudsy, and then this is how I do this. And I just let it drip. Ah. I didn't want anything to come on the screen, so. And I'm gonna do it again. Let me get a piece of tissue. So. And now, if I was outdoors and did this, it'd probably, be a little bit different too. But that's how I do mine. And over time, it lessens up. I don't just shoot to the brain. Now, if I was out in the wild, I wouldn't have tissue. I just do it and keep going, because you get dirty anyway, as long as a lot of snot not coming out. But I do it in a way so most of the stuff is not dripping, and I don't waste it. And this really is dry tissue. I just was making sure. But you really can't feel everything unless you really, use your own thumb. You can tell if there's extra tissue. Sometimes tissue debris be still in that last swipe, as long as your thumbs are clean, and then you wipe them with a baby wipe or cleaner. You can do that when you're in a regular environment. But when you're in the wild and then you are a Marine or a SEAL or a Ranger or anybody camping and shit, you don't really be having no tissue for every little thing. You know what I'm saying? They need that tissue for when you take a shit or if you have a wound or something or make fire. You're not going to be using a whole lot of tissue in the wild. So we're not going to use a lot of tissue, using nasal spray. And so let's see what happens with these documents that I have original documents and I have court documents, and we're just going to go through all of them any kind of way, any kind of order, because that's how life is. They hit you with all kind of shit any kind of way, no warning, gangs up. So you just have to get the shit, you just have to get what they take you at sometimes, especially when it's short time frame. And you just got to roll with it. Be able to read well, write well, think well, count well, react well. And, if once you get that down, timing is everything,